This week on Angelo's Workbench, we're going to get these wheels and tires looking like this, do some bare metal foil on the body, and move this build forward. Stick around. So it's time for us to do a little bare metal foil on the Mustang. I think I'm going to start with the back window because the back window looks fairly simple and easy to see, easy to get to. And I haven't done bare metal foil in a long time. So if I remember, the first rule of bare metal foil is get a new blade, right? So we're gonna ditch that blade. And I'm going to find my blades. They're right here. Here we go. And I've got a brandy new blade. I buy them in bulk in packs of 100, and then I just refill that little nice convenient container that holds them. So now we have a brand new blade. And I'm going to cut thin strips out. That's how I like to do it. And we'll just do a couple here, and I think we'll be fine. So, there we go. New razor blades are wicked sharp. So, I'll just kind of give it a little measure and see, you know, I'll do the side one first. How long I need? I need roughly 3.5 centimeters. So I'll just go right here and just do a nice little cut. There we go. And we'll get going with the tweezers here. My dogs are going crazy. Somebody must be home. Okay. There, that actually needs to come in a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. So I'll get my Q-tip going. Here we go. And we can just push in the bare metal foil like so. Oh, that looks marvelous, actually. I should have been using bare metal foil all along instead of switching over to paint. I switched over to paint because I didn't feel like I was getting a good enough result with the bare metal foil. But then I also, it was a time issue. I can mask and spray a lot faster than I can do bare metal foil. And I'm just trying to, it's not easy to do. Okay, so I have finished burnishing that down. And now I'm ready for my next piece. I'll do the top this time. And I would say about 5 will do it. So let's cut a 5 centimeter piece off and go from there. There we go. There we go. And I think bare metal foil has gotten a little better since the last time I did it. It seems like a better product. I think that I was maybe having some issues with it, and that was why I switched away. This seems to be, and this is a relatively new piece of bare metal foil. I mean, it's brand new. I just bought it, but so I would assume that it was manufactured recently. And we'll just give this a little burnish here. It's pretty good. We get our part inside there. And then I'll take a little toothpick and just kind of run it along here in this line. Make it a little easier for the razor blade to follow along. And now I'm just going to trim in this hole. This always makes me nervous. So I'm trying to go around this corner with the razor blade. And it's fighting me a little bit. I just go super duper slow. Because you're right next to your brand new paint job with a razor blade. Not for the faint of heart, bare metal foil. So now I can pull on this. There we go. Yay, pretty good. That came off all right. If I remember correctly, that was what used to happen to me. It would get stuck on the body and I couldn't get it off. But this comes off fairly easily. And look at that. I've got half the back window done in just a few minutes here. That's pretty good. And I just have just a little piece here in this corner that shouldn't be there. There we go. Hey, all right. And one of the significant advantages of bare metal foil is, you know, it can survive this. In fact, this makes it look better. With the painted chrome trim, and you would always do picking up the car like this, you know, you would lose this chrome trim. The chrome would rub off. It'd come off on your finger because the chrome paint just isn't as durable as other paint. So now this is going pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'll go off camera and I'll finish up the bare metal foil on this car, and I'll come back and I'll show you how I did. I have finished the body, which actually didn't take that long. I did around the front window, I did the two side window drip edges, and I did the rear window per my photo reference. And I got lots of fingerprints on it, so it's going to need to be cleaned and polished up a little bit when I get done here. So, so now that I have finished the bare metal foil on that, I can get started on detailing all of the parts, because all of the parts are painted. They are done. I've done some detailing already. For example, I've done the gas tank. And I masked and sprayed that black line so that I could get it looking nice and sharp and straight. And I misted a little silver on, a little black on, so this is all ready to go. The interior parts, the seats have been masked and painted. There's three colors here: flat black in the middle, silver on the outside, and then the semi-gloss black around the edges for the seats. The dashboard's ready to go, but then little things like this, I need to paint the black boot, so I've got to do all of that detail work. The other thing that I noticed is there are, these are vents, crankcase vents, basically. They go on the valve covers. And I noticed that they seemed kind of chromy on my reference photos. So I was going to try to bare metal foil those. The other parts are all painted their base color and just need to be detailed. For example, like little things like the bolts on the fan, I'll give that a little detail. The front grille has not been detailed yet. So basically anything that needs some additional detailing. For example, the belts are flat black, but I'm pretty confident that the pulleys need to have some kind of alternate color. And then same thing with like this carburetor over here that's just gold. I'm sure that there's some silver and some black and some various parts on there. And I'll be doing all of that as well. The transmission has been done in silver already, so we're ready to go with that. This air cleaner has to get black around here where the rubber boot is that makes contact with that thing in the bottom of the hood. The plastic, you know, air scoop that's on the bottom of the hood. So that is coming. But for right now, oh, and these guys. I love these guys white. You know, windshield washer jugs that are white, model plastic replicates them really well. And so I just leave them bare and paint whatever details they need. Same thing with this oil filter. This oil filter, it's an auto light. Auto light makes white filters. So I'm inclined to just leave it white, put the decal on, and put it on the model engine, and there it is, rather than paint it white. It's already white, and it's a very convincing white. It looks good. I like the sheen of it. So what I'll do now is I'm going to give bare metal foiling these a try. I don't know how that's going to go. And if you guys, I will bring you back after. I'll bring you back after I give this a shot. And we'll see how it goes. I think I have had success at bare metal foiling those. They look okay to me. So I will set those aside and use them when I assemble the engine. So now we can get started. I'm just going to go instruction by instruction. Normally I would do assembly, and I would begin assembling and detailing simultaneously. But for this kit, I want to try something new. I want to actually start assembly with a bin full of parts that are all complete and ready to go, and the only thing left is to assemble them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to start with each step, and I'm going to pull each part and see if it needs assembly, additional detail, like the decal that's got to go on the oil filter, and the decals that go on these air cleaners, or the valve covers. I might wait on those. We'll see. Decals, it'll be a judgment call, because some decals you got to wait until after you've got it together to put them on. Some decals you don't. So it'll be a judgment call. But parts, like the starter here that's black, but there might be a little silver on the solenoid or something like that might be silver, and I might call that out and detail it. And then same thing here where they've actually called out a different color. I painted this part black. Now there needs to be a silver portion. I will do that while I am detailing. Same thing with here. They call out some silver portions on the black alternator, and I will take care of that as well. And I'll go step by step, detailing the parts with the with paint or decals, as the case may be. And then we'll come back and we'll go to assembly, moving through the instructions, actually assembling the kit with parts that are all completed and ready to go. And we'll see how that works. Next up, I thought I would do the wheels. I have the Tamiya X18 Semi-Gloss Black here, and a very small brush, and my very big eyes to get in here. And I'm just going to leave them on the sprue, because why not? And each of these little triangles is somewhat difficult to do. So I just flow the paint in there a little bit. And then work my way around. Always with the part that the part of the hole that I'm painting facing away from me, so that my brush doesn't rub up against parts that I want to leave chrome. There we have it. And there is one triangle done. And 14 more to go. Wait a minute. No. 5, 10, 15, 19 more to go. Yeah, I know how to count. Some accountant I am. But once you get one wheel done, you kind of get in a routine. And I've done these types of wheels so many times. They're very popular. And I'll just do one wheel on camera, and then I'll go and finish off the other three. And I like to get in the corner first, and then I'm getting black on the lug nuts. I'll go back and clean the paint off of the lug nuts eventually, because I do want the lug nuts to be silver, give them a little contrast. And these wheels do look great once you get the black triangles done. Really makes these wheels pop. They look fantastic with the black triangles. It's a great looking wheel. Now I'm going to do these two at the same time. Or at least try to. There we go. Now let's get the other sides. And the nice thing about the acrylic paint on the chrome, if you do make a mistake, you can go in with a toothpick after. Just kind of rub the paint off. It comes right off. Very easy to correct any stray brush strokes, or if you go out of the circle a little bit, like I did right there. I went out of the circle a little bit. Just a little toothpick will straighten that out a little bit later. The paint is still a little shiny, so the black isn't really showing up because I have such a bright light on it. But they will. So I'll go ahead and get the other other three wheels done, and then we'll come back. I have been detailing parts like a madman. Little things like the carburetor, doing some detail work on. The steering wheel, I've been doing some detailing work on. The wheels are looking pretty good. They're getting ready to go together and do the white letters on the tires. I got the backs here. I've done some work on the brake lights, the turn signal lights. I'm still going to do some research and see how much trim is on the black, how much black trim is on the glass, and then make some masks and airbrush the glass if I need to. The parts themselves, well, I might as well show you the body too. The body is under the hood has been detailed up some. It's coming out really good. I'm really quite impressed with the quality of this kit and the parts and how well it is. The turn signals up front I've done with the orange, and I still need to go back with a little bit of chrome for the outer edge and the chrome in the middle, and I will do that. The parts themselves have been detailed. Little things like bolt heads and the shock tower tops, things like that. The front grille is ready for the signal lights and the decal that goes in the center, and then I've got the chrome for the turn signals and the headlights. That's all ready to go. The door panels have been detailed, not decaled. There's a two-piece wood decal with the chrome trim, but I did the chrome trim on the bottom. I did the door handles and the window cranks. The dash, my photo reference has gray, flat gray around the gauges. So I've done that inside. And then the gauge decals will cover the little bit of extra paint there. You won't see that once I put the gauge decals in. What else have we got here? Oh, little things like the motor, a little bit of detailing, some bolt head call-outs, The shifter is ready to go. The air cleaner also has been detailed and is ready to go. Still has to be decaled, but and little things like the bolt heads on the oil pan, I just felt like doing, and then the pulleys for the belts are ready. And then, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, they've all been detailed. With little black here on the silver parts, little silver here on the black parts, just to give it that realistic look. The shock springs, I've kind of made into, you know, they actually look like a spring now, you know. Little things like that, you know, support rods, bolt heads, the battery terminals, and then even though there's a decal for the water or acid ports, there is a decal for that, but I did them silver so that the decal would pop, because the decal, I believe, has red, and I thought that the red would kind of disappear on the black, so I thought if I did them silver, then the decal would pop all the more. So we're basically, I've got a bin full of parts that are ready to be assembled. So we're getting down to the wire here where it's, you know, it's time to put this thing together. I'm going to start with the wheels and tires, because that's what I always do. I always do the wheels and tires first. I don't know why that is. I really like the wheels and tires. I think that they really make a model. And so I'm going to do the wheels and tires. I'm going to glue the two halves together. They glue together kind of funny. And then I'm going to shoehorn them into this tire. And then I will decal the tires, put the little center decal on the rim, and then these wheels will be done. So we're going to do that right now. And then the remaining of the parts, oh, I also was able to detail this. So there is chrome trim around, and then a black wash in the center. Try and get that to focus good. And you can see the black wash. It looks really good with the taillight in there. I kind of held it up, and it looks good. So I'm looking forward to that. This is really shaping up to be a fantastic build. We're finishing 2023 strong, and I'm really enjoying this. Build. So stay tuned. There will be more. So I've done one wheel, and just getting ready to move through the remaining wheels. So this is a relatively straightforward process. I find that it's a little bit difficult, actually, to get the wheels and tires, the wheels, into the tires. They don't really like to go in there. They're quite stubborn. Because the way this kit is, I believe, you assemble the wheels outside of the tires, it seems. And it's quite possible I'm doing it wrong. But I think I'm doing it right. Because these aren't your typical halves that sandwich inside the tire, because they go inside the tire and the tire holds them together. In fact, I submit that you probably wouldn't even need to glue them. I do want to put them in from the back, however, because if you put them in from the front, you end up leaving because the backs are painted, you end up leaving a paint residue on the tire that faces outside. I'd rather leave paint residue on the tire that faces inside. And they are a little stubborn. I find that you have to kind of pull them out and towards you. To get them to seat in their location. They took what was a very simple wheel solution, that has been the same way for, a very long time, and made it more complicated. However, because the tire holds the wheels together, you never have your wheels coming apart on you anymore. In fact, you probably don't even need glue. And the instructions say not to glue, that part. but they don't say not to glue the wheel. So the instructions say to glue the wheel, but you probably wouldn't need to, because the tires would hold the wheels together. Because the tire rides in this slot and this slot, and the tire will squeeze that rim together. But I will glue it. Just run a little bead of Tamiya extra thin in there. And go in from the inside. There we go. There we go. And again, same problem I had on the other one. Having to... There must be an easier way to do this. But it's working out okay. Oh yeah, that would be good. Not. It's stuck on there pretty good. Just gotta get one section of it out. Oh, there's the secret. Right there. Just put a tweezer in and run it around the outer edge. See what I mean about that paint residue? I don't want that on the outside. There it is. It looks nice. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. And then we can, and they have this little tiny piece in here that you don't glue. It just kind of goes in there, and then that's supposed to spin to allow the wheels to spin. I leave it painted and very firm, and then sometimes I glue them because I'm not a fan of I don't want my model car to roll. So... because they do cool things like roll off the shelf. And I don't want my model car to roll off the shelf. So yeah, I tend not to have my wheels roll on my models. And we're just working our way in here. There we go. And rather than mess with this tire too much, I'm just going to do my trick I did on the last wheel. Oh yeah, look at that. Almost like a little mini tire machine here. Just riding that bead around. And then setting everything in. Alright, there we go. And those look the part. Those look exceptionally good. So now what we'll do is we'll do our wheel decals. So I've got on the decal sheet for this kit, the wheel decals are in 2 places. Well, this knife is dull as can be. What do I do with this? Wow. Okay. I did something with this knife that was not good for this blade, so that's okay. Got a whole million of them. And when I run out of the ones that are in this thing, I have more in those boxes. I buy them in these 100 packs. They're just easier that way. Buy them in bulk. It's one of those things that you use so much of that it really makes sense. Save money. And there we go. Always at the ready. Oh, yes, a substantially different experience now. Yeah. And let's see here. Those are the wide oval portions. Here are the Goodyear portions. Wait a minute, I just noticed there are 5. That's interesting. So there is apparently an extra one, just in case. That's rather nice of them. But I'm only going to use 4, hopefully. But it's nice to know that I've got one in reserve in case there is a problemo. All right, and then 14 right here. My wheel centers. We'll get all those done at the same time. There we go. Now I just need a little bit of water here. And I think I'll do the wheel centers first. Why not? Wait, I'm going to get that 14 out of here. As I've said before, if you don't get rid of this number, the number always ends up someplace that you don't want it. And for some reason, it is impossible to move once you get it somewhere. So we'll just dip these in here. Get those going. I'm going to put the white letters over here. I'm going to need a toothpick. I'm going to need a little mark fit, maybe. We'll see. Actually, yeah. I want the decals to settle down real nicely. So there we go. Let's put some mark fit in the 4 centers. And let's get going here. Oh, look at how the decals move right away. Nice and easy. Revell decals are quite nice. And I'm just going to drop each of them in the drop of mark fit that's already in the center of the wheel. Let it start softening that decal up, doing its thing. There we go. Good, good, good. And then we'll just soak up the excess. This Q-tip is a little bit grungy. I'm gonna get a new one. Another thing that I buy in bulk and keep at the ready. There we go. Yep, sounds like my granddaughter is looking for me. Okay, let's see here. All right. And after these set nicely, I'm probably going to just put a little drop of some clear coat in there just to kind of lock them in place. Just a little acrylic clear coat. I'll get some out of a bottle and just do a little dab on it just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. And now we can do some white letter tires. This is going to look great. And I'm not sure how they're going to look as far as any kind of silvering that I might get on the rubber. If they do, I'll just shoot a little clear coat over the entire wheel and tire. I don't have any problem just shooting a little clear over the top of that to lock it in. I don't think I'm going to need to, but that would be my plan if they don't look right once they cure. So again, I'm going to just get a little mark fit going on the tire. Just to kind of give the decal something to settle into. Kind of helps. And then if I need to, I'll brush over the there we go. There's a wide oval. Oh, that looks real nice. And we'll get the Firestone on there. Oh, wow. That was exceptionally easy. These decals are super easy to work with. Wow, they look great. Nice decals, Revell. Super nice. Yeah, those look great. Put those in the dehydrator for 5 minutes. That'll be good to go. That was easy. All right. Don't want to jinx myself here. These next two should go easily if Murphy's Law holds true. And then this last one, I'll mess with for an hour. Because that's the way it works ordinarily. And here comes the Firestone. And we'll slide it around. Get it in position. Position that looks good. Wow. Those look great. 2 down, 2 to go. I can finish these up off camera. And I'll bring you back. And just popping back. All 4 of them are ready to go. And looking great. Really great decals. Really great wheel and tire set for this kit. They're really going to look the part. So we're going to move forward. That's going to wrap it up for video number 5 in the Revell 71 Boss 351 Mustang video series. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. All of that helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all under the name Angelo's Workbench. Come on back next week for video number 6. We'll keep moving forward with this build. I'll see you next week.